Ultimate has been out for over a year, and while people have heavily voiced their opinions of what moves are overpowered and they want nerfed,
why are we still here? Just to suffer?
I wanted to show you guys the moves I think are the 10 best in the game. For this list, I focus primarily on moves that are not only a useful tool to the character using it, but how strong it would be if any other character were to have it. With that being said, let's get started. So this ended up being a lot longer than I originally anticipated, so I am breaking it down into two parts, with this first half showing numbers 10 through 6. The best counter in the game, Tetrakarn and Makarkarn, are absolutely amazing. He's invulnerable on frame 3 and the counter can activate from frame 4 to 31. If you include the invulnerability frames, it's tied for the fastest counter in the game, and I'm pretty sure the number of frames you have to activate it is the most any counter has. The range where an attack can activate the move is also pretty big. It doubles as both a reflector and counter, and to my knowledge has the highest damage multiplier for both of those. When reflecting something, the projectile will come back nearly twice as fast as it was moving when it shot at Joker. Meaning you're most likely not going to be able to avoid the attack unless it was shot at from super far away or you attack with something like Samus's missiles. The counter hitbox itself is gigantic. It's absolutely insane when you look at other characters' hitboxes in combination with everything else he has with it. You can use this in some situations where you would normally air dodge, and because of the damage multiplier, your reversal could potentially result in you taking a stock. It's also amazing for edgeguarding the opponent. There are some moments where you could counter on stage near the edge and some recovery hitboxes will activate it and can result in you taking a stock. This move is absolutely insane and is pretty much held back by needing Arson to activate it. This move I would say just isn't on a lot of people's radars, and it should be. Rob's down tilt is tied for being the fastest tilt in the game and is also one of the safest ground moves on Shield. I don't think I need to explain too much about why having one of the fastest moves in the game that's also pretty safe on Shield is good. Not only is it fast and safe, but at certain percents it can combo into itself and allow you to carry the opponent across the stage and then granting you an additional fault for sending them off stage or whatever you choose to do with it. At higher percents, it could put the opponent in a tech chase situation, which can lead into a kill, and if the opponent is off stage or recovering, it could 2-frame. This move also might have the least amount of frames of any attack in the game. The entire animation for Rob's down tilt is 14 frames. Now, I know a lot of you guys don't know much about frame data, but let me give you an example to explain just how fast this move is. If Sonic were to forward smash at the exact same time Rob did down tilt, Rob's entire down tilt would be finished and he'd be able to act again before Sonic's forward smash hitbox even comes out. Zero Suit Samus's flip jump is pretty much a get out of jail free card when it comes to juggling or untrue combos. During the start of the move, Zero Suit is invulnerable for a few frames and does a giant jump. The combination of these two things make it very easy for her to avoid attacks or unfavorable positions. She can also greatly change the distance at which her flip jump goes, making it hard to determine exactly where she'll end up after the move ends. This makes it an incredible recovery option and just an all-around strong move to use in order to mix up your landings. There are two other great benefits to this move. The first one is Zero Suit's ability to attack while in her jump from either the front or behind her, which the player can control. There are two different hitboxes to this kick. One that sends you up and away from Zero Suit and one that is a powerful spike. Both of these hitboxes can kill, but the spike is by far the strongest. The hitbox comes out quick enough that it's possible to combo into it and is able to kill the opponent as low as 50% and probably even lower. Even without comboing into the kick, it's still very usable for edgeguarding and can 2-frame opponents. The downside to using Zero Suit's flip kick is that if you miss it, especially off stage, you'll be stuck in its end lag and it's very likely that you'll get punished for it. Okay, now for the other benefit this move has. being able to footstool your opponent. Similar to the kick, you are able to spike the opponent with Zero Suit's flip jump footstool, which she'll do if you land on top of the opponent with flip jump. The footstool is weaker than going for the kick off stage, but is a safer option because you aren't in any lag for missing. On stage, if you footstool a grounded opponent, you will bury them, which can guarantee a follow-up or even a kill at higher percents. If you've watched or played any Zero Suit Samus, I'm sure you've seen a flip jump bury into a boost kick kill. A downside to Zero Suit's flip jump is that you're unable to use it again until you land or grab the edge. So getting hit out of it off stage after you use it can severely weaken your recovery options. Chrome's jab is without question the best jab in the game. Roy's jab is identical to it, except that it has a strong and weak hit while Chrome's doesn't. Roy's strong hit is better for combos, but his weak hit is...
potentially had held right that they would have gone past button.
Chrome's jab can consistently combo into his aerials or sometimes even his smash attacks, depending on how the opponent DIs it. Even in moments where you can't get a true combo, your opponent is put in a bad position where you could still get a follow-up. Since it's a sword and not attached to a hitbox, jab can cleanly beat out attacks without the fear of trading and can make for a decent anti-air. For what you get off of this move, it comes out really fast, has very little end lag, and is pretty safe on shield when spaced. If your opponent is hanging on the edge, you can also jab them off of it, and depending on their percent and how they DI, you can get a combo off of it. Chrome's jab also makes you the best ledge trapper in the world. A move that I would say is kind of underrated. Pikachu's quick attack has consistently been one of the best moves throughout all of the Smash titles, and Ultimate is no exception. It's the best recovery move in terms of getting back on stage because you can cover such a great distance with it vertically and horizontally. There's so many different angles you can do that the move itself is just one giant mix-up. If you're being juggled, it's also a great option to help you land, and again, the variety of angles you have can make it difficult to even punish it, even when the opponent knows that you're going to do it. On stage, this can be a pretty good approaching option, or can even be used to cover landings. If you manage to get a hit with quick attack, it puts the opponent in a position where you can get a potential follow-up. Don't know if I'd really call this a flaw as much as it is a change, but at the end of quick attack, Pikachu does this weird thing where he gets super long and flat. It makes his hitbox longer, but also thinner, so it makes him harder to hit in some situations, but easier in others. But yeah, Pikachu's busted, etc, you get it. Do you agree with the first half of the list? If you do or don't, let me know in the comments below. Also, let me know what you think 5 through 1 will be. I kind of feel like you might be a bit surprised about what I put on there, but I feel like my explanation will help you understand why it's there. Part 2 will be out sometime next week, and it will probably be longer than this one. Without spoiling anything, one part of the video I go into a lot of detail about one move, which I just felt was very necessary, and you'll understand why once you watch it. If you liked the video, consider giving it a like, and if you really liked the video, please consider subscribing. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.